Okay, so thanks again, Reese, for jumping on the call. I'll just do a really quick background on Alpha Hire. So it's a family-run business still, been going around for more than 2 decades.
Yep.
Clear span structures. I'd say you're probably one of the leading suppliers in your area in England. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And I think you've been, is it 2 years you've been a Marquee Tech now, or a little bit longer? Or
We've
less?
literally, probably 18 months now, actually, to be fair.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And before, you don't have to say any names, but before you were using a different system, can you just quickly explain what you found was like limiting you on the previous one, and what made you want to look into something like Marquee Tech?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I guess specifically, and hopefully it will never happen again, was the lockdown in the UK.
Yeah.
We were hampered by not being able to get to travel to the office, and the software we previously used wasn't cloud based. So you could only use a certain computer to actually create quotes, create plans. So we were hampered. We were literally just trying to do it via a screen share sort of system, which meant having a computer on the office and then trying to screen share it with a laptop at home, which wasn't always very good. The computer needed an update, so it shut itself down in the office. So it was a back and forth that just didn't help us at all, and made us sort of slow to respond to clients if there were clients to respond to. So as I said, hearing about you guys and being cloud based was the perfect time, because we realized that there is, going forward, there'll be more opportunities to work from home or work from anywhere, which we just couldn't do. We were hamstringed to the office to create a quote, an invoice, a plan. So like I said, that was literally and also I guess there was being cloud-based, we couldn't save. Well, you can save anything anywhere. We can save quotes onto the cloud, whereas our previous system was we needed a huge sort of memory on a computer to save all the quotes, all the actual items, stock list and stuff like that. So it was looking into buying new software or new hardware. We'd have to look at what can it actually store and stuff like that. Whereas cloud-based is perfect.
Yeah, you can use it anywhere, can't you? Any
Exactly,
device, wherever you are.
I mean, for example, I've done, recently I've been to a site. I've had 2 or 3 site visits in a day.
Yep.
I've been to the first one. On the way to the second one, I got there early, so I've sat in the car park nearby, and then just hotspotted off my phone and updated that new quote, the quote of the previous job, and literally sent it straight over to them. And people love that.
Yeah, and it obviously improves your efficiently, but like you said, customers love it too, because if you can get back to people quicker, more chance they're going to book with you, rather than maybe a competitor that's spending a day or a week to get back to them.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, and I've got a good example of that as well, where speed of use and stuff. We were talking about tangible results. You also asked me about as well. So so this is yesterday's example. We had a quote or an email come in, I think, or maybe even a phone call from a client. Again, needed a marquee in a quote in a short turnaround. We sent her off the quote at 3 p.m. She was so pleased with it. By I think it was 23 minutes past 3, we had the deposit paid in the bank. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Literally. So that was the beauty of obviously the system, is you send over the link, and they've got a lot of power in their own hands to pay, to book it provisionally, and then you see that on your dashboard, and you sort of give them a call back and send them the invoice, and they can pay it online, all sorted.
Yeah, and historically, getting a booking from lead to confirmed deposit in the bank could take weeks, sometimes months. I've got clients, historical clients that we've got repeats of, but it's fine. But like you say, they don't work like that. But there's a whole market out there, especially nowadays. It does seem that weddings aren't being organised years in advance. It is more weeks and months in advance. So definitely having that sort of quick back and forth, and producing a plan that isn't maybe necessarily the final plan, but having some idea of what they're getting as a marquee, that definitely helps with clients, and they love it. It becomes, I think we sort of coined the phrase, like, it's not only an admin tool, it also is a sales tool. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think, especially like you said, some customers are going to want PDFs and the more slower route, but often now, with the way the world is, and especially private wedding party customers, are used to doing stuff online, used to having stuff instant. So being able to also provide that in your business using Marquee Tech is massive.
And like building from that, is there any other main benefits that you've got from the system, or like where else is it bringing you value?
Yeah, so I've sort of covered all the answers now, which I hadn't done now. But as you do say, like sort of speed of being on the phone to a client, and then them having, so you've already made that initial point of sort of contact, but then they're coming back with some questions and queries. You can literally change, make amendments, and it's live. They refresh their page, they can see it. And then also another great tool, I guess, is that with, if you allocate pictures and images to items, they can see what they're getting instead of having to sort of back and forth emails. What does this look like? What does that look like? Which was one of the main...
Time saver.
Exactly, yeah, huge time saver, which is most of the emails would be like, what does this look like? What does that look like? So exactly, they can just click a small, the image or the actual item, and they see what they're getting. It clears all that up.
So would you say that they're the main results you've seen, helping getting different types of bookings faster, and then also improving efficiency, so you have more free time as well?
Yeah, 100%. Like you say, free time, and the way a lot of our businesses work is that you can't always be dedicated to the office, or even physically in the office. So you've got other jobs to be doing. You've got to multitask a little bit. So being able to quickly, zap off the very first initial quote, which will prove if it's going and the job is going to make, actually go ahead, is when they sort of come back to you. That's pretty much, you got your foot in the door. You probably convert that to a sale. So just having that initial quick time, you can quickly respond to them is ideal. Yeah,
awesome. And if you can sort of pick yourself in the next 5 to 10 years from now, how do you see the system helping you moving forward in the future?
Okay, well, that's a good question. That's
a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, it is. No, but it's one of the good points we were talking about as well in the office is with you guys. We must have been one of the very first not the very first, but early sort of customers or clients of yours, and you've been very much sort of you've taken on our ideas as much as we've taken on sort of how to use the system. We've sort of given you our input from our experience. So I mean, going forward, we've discussed loads of things with you guys and sort of how we'd like the whole system to go. The site visit pictures going on there now. I can see that you're doing updates like that. The profit and loss sort of thing. Weights on the items and on load lists was something that was our input as well. And loads of things that I can see that the progress is really good, and it's nice that we've got some input, however small, sort of thing, that we know where we're going with you guys, and it's been ideal. You've been ideal to work with, to be honest with you.
Amazing. Yeah, to be fair, we wouldn't say pride ourselves, but we we always have said software, as soon as you stop updating it, it gets old. And software providers who think, okay, ours is perfect, there's no point making it better. It's just stupid, because as soon as you stop, someone else is going to come in and make it better and better. So the way to always improve it is to always add new and new features. And we always think there's no point us coming up with new ideas. You're the ones using it, so you're the ones that know actually what's going to be made better. So yeah, lots of exciting new features going live really soon.
I look forward to that. No, so you keep us well updated, even just to tell us what the updates are going to be. And you always seem like you're excited for what's going forward, which makes us excited. And like I say, if it's only going to make life easier, and the analytics tool looks good, and we can use that, retrospectively, which we haven't really necessarily always cared about as much as we probably should. And now linking to Zero. I mean, I know you've been linked to Zero, but we've just suddenly we've moved into that sort of sector as well, moving on everything cloud-based accounting softwares and stuff. Having that link it looks like it's going to save us even more time. So I'll be out of the job at this rate, to be honest with you.
Or growing the business. More time to grow the business rather than
true. That's a good point. That's very
Or you can retire sooner.
Or retire. So that's the plan.